Hey guys, good morning. Nice to see you. I'm super happy you are with me. We will get started. My name is Elizabeth. I'm your instructor, and now my screen is a little bit off. I was having camera issues this morning. So for props today, we're going to use a foam roller. So let's grab that foam roller. Oh my gosh, you guys. Today's one of those days where I have been having like issues, but some days are like that. And anyway, so foam roll Friday, that always makes me happy. I hope it makes you happy too. So we'll grab the foam roller and we'll get this party started. So guys, from here, let's just hold that foam roller straight in front of us, fingertips on either side of the foam roller. And we'll just take a big step back with the left foot, bend the knees, come up to standing, and then bring that left knee high. And do it again and continue. So we're just starting to warm up the body here, challenging that balance. Good, and we'll go for 3 more on this side. Wow, I feel super wobbly this morning. And 1 more, and we'll place that foot down. Nice job. Let's take the other foot. We'll take a big step back, bend the knees, and bring it up. And bend. And bring it up. And continue. Just warming up that body. Good. And we'll go for 1 more. And place that foot down. Nice job. Then softness in the knees, holding the foam roller in front of us. Keeping those hips forward, let's twist to one side and center. And the other side and center. Continue feeling that rotation in your midsection. Trying to keep those hips straight forward for 2. And 1, come to center. And then guys, let's take a step back with that left foot again. Reach those arms overhead, and then let's lean to one side, up to center, over to the other, up to center. Continue. And breathe for 2. And 1, come to center. And let's step up with that foot, and then we'll step back with the other foot. And then lean to one side and the other side. By the way, that front knee is behind the toes, which is why we took such a big step back with that foot. All right, we'll do 1 more on each side. And then this time, guys, we'll come right down to the ground. And we'll take the foam roller and we'll set it behind, and we will have a seat on the foam roller. All right, and we'll roll back and forth over that booty area. I was so busy and interested in getting us started that I forgot to tell you guys that I want you to listen to your body. You can begin to move those knees from side to side if that feels good. So back to listening to your body. If I'm cueing for a move which is causing your body pain, just don't do it. Do something different so you are not working in pain. I want you guys to feel better after class, not worse. Speaking of feeling better, this feels pretty gosh darn good. Rolling out those glutes, those of you who were with me all week. I think I was kind of sore all week, actually. Yeah, so really looking forward to this foam roll Friday. If you're with me on YouTube, I want to welcome you and thanks for dropping in on me. I know there's a lot of really, really terrific Pilates videos out there, so I'm honored and grateful that you're with me today. And then, of course, for my live students, super, super grateful to see you guys. All right, I could do this a long time because this just feels so good, but let's switch it up a little bit. So roll all the way forward onto the mat. And then take that foam roller right behind the waist. Take a little step apart with those feet, and then we'll pivot those knees to the right, just a little bit. Okay, and then with those knees pivoted to the side, you can lean back onto the foam roller. So we're at about waist level, guys. And we'll lace the fingertips behind the head. So notice definitely on an angle, that's important for safety reasons. And then let's just hover the hips just a tiny amount and begin to roll forwards and backwards over that waist area at an angle. I keep stressing that because you have little bones that stick out of your spine, and they're called spinal processes. And the angle that they stick out of the spine in the mid and upper back is conducive to foam rolling. However, in the lower, down by the waist, not so much. Those bones stick out at a different angle, which is why we're targeting this area on the side. Also, the organs are less protected in here, so if this is uncomfortable, I just omit it. Feels pretty good for 2. And 1, let's pivot those knees to parallel, and we'll drop them over to the other side. I've never seen this before. We've got window washers out there. It's kind of a cool day in Southern California. A little overcast. I love it. I love this too. Rolling out that lower spine at an angle. Yeah, I know. Super important. Did I mention at an angle? I don't want any of my YouTubers to like take a run to the girls' room and come back and not know that we're at an angle on that lower back area. All right, guys, and let's come to center and pause. Okay, next, let's pivot so we're no longer at an angle, and then begin to roll out over the ribs. So we're staying waist, or above the waist rather, and you can come all the way up to the shoulders. Yeah, I'm just seeing knees on my screen right now as all my students are lying flat. And breathing, just enjoying this massage. You guys, let's hang out just at the base of the shoulders. Hips lifted, head cradled in the hands, and lean that head down and around. And just take this massive heart opening. We will hang out here for just a little bit. Coming into a slight inversion. The heart is above the head. Feeling that stretch in the abdominal area. And then guys, take an inhale as you exhale. Let's come back up. Good. All right, let's lift one knee into tabletop, put it down, other knee into tabletop, put it down, and continue. Woo. Now I'm seeing knees and feet marching. The next time you have your left knee in tabletop, pause, and then kick that leg out long so the knees come together and pause. And then lower that heel just so it brushes the ground, lift it back up to the knee, and then bring that knee into tabletop. We'll do it again. We're kicking it out, lowering, lifting, bringing the knee into tabletop, and continue. Oh, yeah, this kind of sneaks up on you. So we're kicking out, down, up, and in. So feeling those muscles working in the leg that's moving, also feeling those muscles working in the leg which is not moving. So that's your stabilizing leg. Woo! Feeling this quite a bit. I just lost my rhythm. All right, guys, we'll do one more. And the next time that knee is in tabletop, pause, put it down. Other knee in tabletop. We'll kick that leg out, knees together, lower, lift, and bring it back in, and continue. Yeah, looking good. By the way, guys, notice if those hips are shifting around, and if they are, see if you can prevent that. Woo! Happy Friday, you guys. I look forward to this foam roll Friday so much. In fact, it's one of my first thoughts on Fridays when I wake up. I wake up slowly and I set my alarm for a few times so I can just kind of think about my day and, try to tune into the higher me, if you will. And And it's always nice. I get excited for Foam Roll Friday when I consider that it's Foam Roll Friday. It makes me happy first thing in the morning. All right, guys, next time that knee is in tabletop pause, put that foot down, roll forwards and backwards again. Woo! Enjoying that sensation. And then pause and let's walk those feet over to the left just a little bit. And then pivot your spine so so your body is straight, but the foam roller is at an angle underneath you. And then guys, let's roll, targeting that area in the shoulders from a slightly different angle. Woo, enjoying that sensation. Full of oohs and ahs. All right. And then let's walk those feet back to center and walk those feet over to the right. And we will pivot our body so it's in line with the knees, with the foam roller at an angle, and begin to roll. And just enjoy that sensation. Yep. Feels so good. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then let's walk those feet back to center, guys. And then let's keep our torso flat. So we're not lifting or lowering in space, but let's bring the right elbow towards the right side of the foam roller, shifting those hips to the left, coming to center and switching and continue. And again, just feeling that massage from a different angle. And enjoy feeling that stretching in the oblique area, which probably feels pretty good, guys, because we worked those obliques quite a bit this week. Woo! For 3 and 2 and 1, come back to center, head cradled in the hands. Let's lower that head down and around the foam roller again. And then this time, if it feels good, you can begin to lower that booty down towards the mat and lift and lower. So my range of motion literally is probably 2 inches. If your range of motion is greater, just enjoy that. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then let's come back to center. And we'll lower the booty down, come up to a seated position, and we'll take that foam roller and we'll put it under our right upper rib area. Yeah, so at about bra strap level again. And we'll lace the fingertips behind the head, take an inhale, exhale, lower the elbow and lift, lower and lift. Our knees are just out in front of the hips, legs bent at a 90-degree angle. And continue. So this foam roller is really hard at the studio where I'm working, and I almost ran back upstairs to grab my soft foam roller before I left to drive here this morning, and I was like, nah, and I'm wishing I had, because this is quite sensitive, so you might be feeling quite sensitive too here. For 2 and 1, and then pause, place that elbow down, and then guys, let's roll that foam roller up towards the armpit area. And then let's take our torso and lie it back at an angle with the head resting on the foam roller. And we'll drop those knees to the right. Yeah, so we're just feeling a side body stretch with the foam roller under the armpit at an angle such that we can rest our head on it. If you wish, you can open those arms to a T and just relax into the stretch, feeling that space and length in that top waist area. Feels really good. You are welcome. Maybe think about something you're grateful for. Being that it's November, Thanksgiving, what are you thankful for? Oh, so many things. All right, guys. And then let's come back to center. And then this time we'll keep that foam roller under the armpit. Keep that bottom knee straight out from the hip. And we'll straighten that top leg. And then let's lift and lower, lift and lower. Feeling that pressure in the armpit. And by the way, if you're not feeling that much, you can reach both arms forward. You'll feel, or overhead rather, you'll feel more of a stretch and more pressure from your body into the foam roller. And again, mine is so hard that I'm actually going to not do that, but that probably feels really good if you have a softer foam roller. Feeling that outer thigh, again, that's another muscle area. We worked quite a bit this week. Actually, I think we worked every muscle area quite a bit this week. All right, just enjoying that sensation for 3 and 2 and 1, and then let's point those toes. Begin to make little circles with that leg with those toes pointed. Moving the head of the femur and the hip socket. So that is different, guys, than twirling the ankles. And pause, reverse the direction. Looking so good. Woo, for 2 and 1. Oh my, come back to center. Yeah, and just feel that warmth in that glute area. We'll roll that out again in a moment, but first let's press ourselves up to a seated position. We'll take that foam roller, put it over on the other side, and we'll pivot those knees to the other side, and we'll come to that lying down position. We'll start with the foam roller underneath the bra strap area. Place those fingertips behind the head, and then we'll lower and lift, and continue. Whoa! Again, I'm really wishing I had grabbed that softer foam roller. I'm going to come slightly at an angle that's a little less sensitive. Woo! Feeling that oblique area. Oh, for 2 and 1, and then let's lower that elbow down, and then we'll roll back. And roll forward, and we'll do it again. And then, guys, let's take this foam roller at an angle. So we'll bring that the portion that's facing us down towards our knees just a little bit. And then let's lie back onto that foam roller, knees to the opposite direction, head resting on the foam roller. Open those arms to a T. Just enjoy the stretch in that oblique area again. And again, maybe think about something that you are thankful for. If you're having a hard time thinking of something, you can always come back to Thankful It's Foam Roll Friday. Oh my goodness, feels so good. For 3 and 2 and 1. Let's come back to center, and we'll roll that foam roller up under that armpit area. And then let's kick that top leg long. We'll lower and lift, and continue. So I'm just going to hang out here again. This is plenty of pressure for me on the foam roller, but if it feels good, you're welcome to reach those arms out. It's kind of cool to do that because you get more work in your midsection. But again, I'm going to omit that, which just gives you proof that I practice what I preach. And if something is hurting your body, don't do it. A lot of girls in the studio who I talk to about, if they're recovering from injuries or something, is that they want to be strong and power through it. Okay, let's pause and begin to make little circles in one direction. And I actually feel like it's more challenging and makes you even tougher to listen to your body, because you're overriding that temptation to do the exercise anyways, because you don't want to be a wuss. And pause, and let's reverse the direction. Yeah, so I've had some students come up to me and say, I'm sorry, I couldn't do that exercise my knee is hurting. And I'm like, don't be sorry. I am so proud of you for listening to your body. So I really do believe that, guys. Whew. And many of my students are over 50, and especially at this stage in the game, it is not worth it to injure ourselves as we're striving to improve our health and our bodies, because it takes us longer to recover. Well, speaking personally anyways. Okay, and 2 and 1. Let's bring those knees together again, just feeling that warmth and that work back here, feeling it quite a bit actually. And let's press ourselves back up to seated. Put that foam roller behind you. And then I thought it was a good idea to sort of wear these stretchy jeans. Now I'm regretting it. At any rate, let's come back up to a seated position on the foam roller. Scoot over to the left side of the foam roller a little bit. And let's take that left ankle, cross it over the right knee, and then we'll drape this over to the right and begin to roll back and forth on that, the juicy goodness of that strong muscular booty cheek. And how do I know it's strong and muscular? Well, you guys have been with me for, I think, coming up on 2 years now since this pandemic started. It was amazing. So I know it's strong. Yeah, a lot of people, you know, when that pandemic started, there was a trend where a lot of people kind of got out of shape. But I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we got in better shape. Yeah, I'm seeing those thumbs up. Ooh, really enjoying that. In fact, when I went back to the studio after the pandemic, people were like, oh my gosh, what happened to you? And I was like, Pilates. Because in the studio, I just walk around and boss my students around. But for these Zoom classes, I do the exercises with you, and I love it. Ooh, oh, that's another thing I'm thankful for. Yeah. Ooh, this feels so good. Really, really good. But let's pause and shift those hips over to the right side. Cross that right ankle over the left knee, and then we'll pivot that over. Woo, and roll. And also, guys, as we're doing this, notice how you're feeling a stretch in that right booty cheek area. Woo, feeling so good. Boy, that sun's peeking out here. Is it sunny in San Clemente? No. What about Villa Parkland? No. Yeah. Ooh, really, really, really enjoying that. Again, there are other areas to roll, but every time I'm massaging a certain area that feels amazing, I don't want to stop. All right, guys, but there are other things to do. So let's lower the booty down on the other side of the foam roller. And then we'll drape our thighs across the foam roller. And then I just want to give some options in case anybody doesn't want to hover their booty. So you can wag those feet from side to side. You can cross one ankle over and just kind of roll back and forth. And on the other side. So that's an option, and then just roll the foam roller up or down a little bit. The only thing here is we're avoiding the back of the knees. Okay, and then if you want more, you can hover those booties and begin to roll forwards and backwards. As you're dragging that booty back towards the hands, guys, is it possible to use those lower abdominal muscles? That was a rhetorical question. I know the answer. The answer is yes. Try to use those lower abdominal muscles, really recruiting those core muscles. So even though this is a feel good, let's get a little bit of work in there as well. Notice if those ears are all cozy with those shoulders. If they are, can you prevent that? And then, guys, let's pause, cross one ankle over the other, and continue. Woo! Notice how you're feeling a little bit of oblique work as well, and a greater, firmer massage sensation, still keeping those shoulders away from those ears, feeling that warmth in the arms. If your wrists are bothering you guys, you can come onto those gorilla fists, or of course you can lower that booty down anytime for less pressure on those hands. All right, let's pause, uncross, and then recross on the other side. Woo, and continue. Yep. Still keeping those shoulders out of the ears. Woo. Oh my gosh. If you find a spot that's really, really sensitive, if you hang out on that area and just kind of wiggle over it a little bit, you might begin to feel a release. Oh. Yeah. For 3 and 2 and 1. Let's come back and uncross those legs, guys. And then let's keep those feet together and just kind of wag from side to side. And then reach that booty back towards the wrists. And then reach that booty away from the wrist, which actually is rolling forwards and backwards on the foam roller as you work. Oh. Yeah, just wagging those feet like a puppy dog wagging their tail. Okay, that's another thing I'm grateful for is my rescue dog. My rescue dog was a street dog in Korea in her former life. And she is this beautiful dog that when I walk her, everyone is like, oh my gosh, what a beautiful dog. And she's like a little princess. She sleeps on my bed, super soft and cozy. And sometimes when she's curled up on my bed, looking like a little princess puppy, it's hard to fathom that she was homeless on the streets of Korea. I think rescue dogs are the best. Actually, I think all dogs are the best. Okay, let's lower that booty and then bring that foam roller under the calf area. And then again, you can keep your booty down the whole time and just kind of move your calves over the foam roller in a manner that feels good for you. Or you can cover those hips, roll forwards and backwards, and do it again. Woo. If you're rolling forwards and backwards, guys, again, let's recruit those lower abdominal muscles, keeping those ears out of the shoulders. And I want to say, again, we're avoiding the backs of the knees. And that is particularly true if anybody is pregnant. I know none of you guys are, but if any of my YouTubers are, please avoid the backs of the knees. Oh, feeling this in the shoulders quite a bit, which is another area I felt quite a bit this week too, those shoulders. For 2 and 1 and lower down. Okay, guys, next we'll kick that foam roller forward with our feet and then pressing our feet into the foam roller. Let's reach those arms forward. Pressing those feet into the foam roller, tuck the chin to the chest, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way down, and then rest the arms at your hips, palms facing up. Walk that foam roller towards you, feet on the foam roller. Head stays down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let's lift those hips. And then lower those hips and lift those hips. Continue lifting and lowering. If it feels good to you, you can articulate up and down, one vertebrae at a time. However, you're also welcome to hinge where you lift and lower flat as a board. Woo. Yeah, feeling this quite a bit in that area that we just rolled out. For 3 and 2 and 1, let's lower that booty down. Oh, my back just popped. That felt amazing. And then, guys, let's take a big step apart with those feet. Feet on each end of the foam roller. Open those arms to a T. Drop those knees to the right. Look to the left. And just feel that really terrific side body stretch. And maybe think about something that you're thankful for. And then, guys, let's pivot those knees up to center, drop them to the left, look to the right. Again, just feeling that terrific stretch. I'm also grateful for my family. So as you guys know, I've been applying to like different roles in TV commercials and modeling gigs. And I applied to one last night that was for a reality show of Find Your Family. I was adopted by my father, and I've never met my biological father, and I've looked for him for a long time. But I started thinking about my dad that adopted me and how fortunate I am that he adopted me. And I've been thinking about my dad quite a bit and how grateful I am for him. All right, guys, let's come back to center and then kick our feet over to the other side of the foam roller. And then let's lift the hips. So again, for this sequence, we want to keep the head down. The rule is here, guys, anytime we lift the hips, we want the head down. So let's, I'm having a hard time here. Take that foam roller and put it down just below the waist. So kind of on that tailbone area. So your hips are securely resting on the foam roller and not having any part of them on the ground. And then guys, from here, let's bring those knees into tabletop and take those legs up to the ceiling. All right, and then just a tiny amount, let's begin to draw circles on the ceiling. I said tiny amount, what I really mean is tiny circles. And then if you wish, you can begin to draw larger circles. And if you wish, you can begin to draw even larger circles. Feeling that massage sensation in the booty, feeling that movement in the spine, feeling those oblique muscles working. Woo! For 2 and 1 and pause. And then let's begin to draw tiny little circles in the other direction. And then let's begin to increase the size until they're as big as you'd like for them to be. Woo! And just enjoy that sensation. Quite a bit, actually. All right, and then let's find stillness. Let's take that right leg, lower that straight right leg, bringing that straight leg down as far as feels good, maybe bringing that heel down if that feels good for you. And we'll just hang out here for a moment, feeling that terrific stretch in that groin area. And breathe. By the way, this is a kind of a difficult muscle to stretch. When those muscles are tight, they can cause back pain. So it's nice to hang out here and stretch them. And then just for fun, let's take that left leg and we'll lower and lift and lower and lift. So just the left leg, we're keeping that right leg down. And then the next time that leg is lifted, keep it lifted. Let's bend the knee and then open that knee to the side, bring it back to center, open to the side, bring it back to center for 2 and 1, bringing that knee back to center, knee bent in tabletop. Let's also bring the right knee back in the tabletop and windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Woo, you can hold onto the foam roller so it doesn't shoot out, although your hips should be on it so securely that it won't shoot out. Woo, yeah, really, really enjoying this. What a treat. For 2 and 1, the next time you're at center, pause, take those legs straight up to the ceiling. And then let's lower that left straight leg, if it's available, all the way down. And just enjoy the stretch, guys. Again, feeling that stretch by the groin. And by the way, this is inherently a posture correcting exercise. If you think about it, if we were standing, well, this would be really awkward. Well, anyways, if we were standing, those hips would be in front of the torso, which is the opposite of the torso over the hips. And then let's take that right leg, lower and lift, lower and lift, and continue. Woo! And the next time that leg is up, pause, and then let's bend that right knee into tabletop, open that right knee to the right, bring it back to center, do it again, going for that mobility in the hip sockets. Yeah, and enjoy. For 2. And the next time that knee is in tabletop, pause. And then this time, guys, let's kick both legs out long. Let those toes flop open, sort of in a Pilates V situation, and open those arms to a T. I'll just hang out here for a moment, enjoying the stretch. Yeah, so back to my my dad who adopted me. He and my mother were friends, and he took her to the hospital when I was born, and then they lived together, kind of like roommates for 3 years as friends, and then they fell in love and got married when I was 3, and he adopted me. So he's been there my whole life. So I haven't been like without a dad. I totally got a dad, but just curious about that DNA side. You know, like, do I have other relatives? So I hope they pick me for this show. That would be super fun. All right, guys, let's bend those knees in, feet flat, lift the hips, and then roll that foam roller away from the hips. Okay, and then press ourselves up to a seated position. And we'll take that foam roller, move it to the side, kick those legs in front, reach those arms forward, and then reach those fingertips down towards those toes. So I'm interested in just a forward fold stretch, and those kinds of stretches do not work for me. So I'm going to take this opportunity to close the shades because it's getting a little sunny. But you guys enjoy that stretch. And then, guys, from here, let's come up to an upright position. And then pivot those knees to the side. Take that foam roller, put it in front of you, and then we'll place it so the foam roller is under the belly button and we are on all fours. Let's kick that right leg long behind, left arm reaching forward. Yeah, and just try to create as much space and length as you can between the fingertips and that rear heel. Whew. Such a terrific core strengthening exercise. A bit of a balance challenge for 2 and 1, lower down. And you guessed it, let's kick that left leg out long behind, reach that right arm forward. Again, creating as much space and length as you can between those fingertips and that heel. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys, next, let's drape ourselves over the foam roller, so the foam roller is under our thighs, and then place the elbows onto the mat and begin to roll forwards and backwards, and continue. Yeah. I was just realizing that some of you guys know not know my dad, but have met my dad, because with this Zoom thing, I've gone on a few trips up to Oregon, and yeah, so I recorded from my dad's house up there. That was super fun, and you guys got to talk to him and see him. He's super cute. He was so shy. It was adorable. All right. Yeah, I love that, you know, my Pilates students become my friends. It's a really sweet thing. Prior to being a Pilates instructor, most of my closest friends started out as exercise buddies or walking buddies or hiking buddies, and they just turned into my besties. And I feel that way about you guys. It's really sweet. All right, guys, let's bend the knees and then wag those feet from side to side. Yeah, and then roll forwards and backwards. Again, avoiding that knee area, wagging those feet from side to side. Holy cow, we've just got 7 minutes left. Again, this has flown by. Woo! And just enjoy. For 2 and 1, and pause. Now let's roll that foam roller down towards the knees, just about, I don't know, maybe 4 inches above the knees or so. And then if it feels good to you, walk those hands out So you're bringing your torso down. Yeah. And then if it feels good, you can reach those arms forward, cover your head above the mat, and then let's just bend and straighten those legs. And do it again. Just enjoying that stretch. And you can wag those feet from side to side. And notice how now you're getting a massage in the thighs. You're also getting a really nice stretch in that, that front torso area, that armpit area. And notice how flat your back is. So that's pretty cool just to experience that. For 2 and 1. And then guys, let's place those hands underneath the shoulders. Roll yourself back so those toes are touching. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let's straighten those arms. Yep. And then from here, squeeze those booty cheeks. Navel is tucked to the spine. Hips are hovering. Draw those shoulders away from the ears. Point those toes. Squeeze those booty cheeks. Just feel so many muscles active in this posture correcting exercise. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then let's place those toes onto the mat, and we'll remove the foam roller from underneath us. Yeah, really good. Lynn, you look like you're enjoying that. You can hang out there if you want to. We're going to move on. Let's take that foam roller and lie it long onto the mat. Have a seat on the very front end. Reach those arms forward, navel tucked to the spine. By the way, we're on the very, very front end of that foam roller. Tuck the chin to the chest, roll back slowly, slowly, slowly. Woo, slowly. Come all the way down. All right, guys. So the end result here is we're lying flat on our foam roller. And so I want the head completely supported. So if you need to move around to make that happen, probably moving down, go ahead and do that. And then begin to roll from side to side. My brain was like, wait, are we rocking or rolling? I think we're doing both actually in this position, because we're rocking from side to side while the foam roller is rolling from side to side. Yeah, okay. Anyways, that's kind of a rabbit hole. Breathing, feeling that terrific massage sensation. You know, it's funny, when we do in the studio on the reformers, we do feet in straps. And every time at the end of it, I say, let's take the feet out of the straps. Oh, that's perfect, actually. Yeah, so a lot of times I'll say something like, let's remove the straps from the feet. And I'm always like, wait, are we removing the feet from the straps? Or anyways, I can't remember the phrase because those are pretty clear. But sometimes I'm like, wait, what are we doing here? Nice cover. Okay, the previous class is beginning out in the studio, so you might hear some chatter as they exit. Woo! All right, guys, let's find stillness. Reach those arms up to the ceiling. Arms are straight, and then just relax those shoulders down and around the foam roller with those arms up to the ceiling. Jody. Increasing that balance challenge and allowing gravity to pull those shoulders down and around the foam roller, hanging out here in stillness. And just feel the weight of your arms gently pressing those shoulders down and around. And then let's reach those arms overhead, down towards the ground, up to the ceiling, and down to the hips. And do it again. So just rainbow arcing those arms. For 3 and 2 and 1. And then let's kick those legs out long. Open those legs as wide as you can. And reach those arms up to the ceiling. Okay, what I'm about to cue is pretty challenging. So if you're having a hard time, just be gentle with yourself. Take an inhale as you exhale. Tuck that chin to the chest and begin to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, which is not going to feel good to me today, so I'm going to omit that. And then once you're all the way up, let's bend those knees in. Feet are flat, arms forward. Take an inhale, exhale. Come up to a standing position. Really nice work, you guys. From here, let's reach down and grab the foam roller. I'll place it over to the right side of the body. Take that left arm up and over and just feel that really terrific stretch. If you wish, you can put your elbow on top of the foam roller if that feels safe and stable. And one, up to center. Let's take that foam roller over to the other side. Other arm up and over. And then if you wish, you can bring that elbow down if that feels good. Really enjoying this supported stretch. By the way, make sure this is stable because if it's not and you were to lose it, that would not be good. For two and one and on to center. Oh my gosh. Let's take that foam roller, move it to the side, swing those arms from side to side, taking lady in a park. As you swing to one side, think about your spine just coiling and growing taller. And then to the other side. Yeah. And just feeling that sensation growing taller and taller and taller and taller. And then we're not going to end class with the roll down today because I just want you to walk out super tall as you head into your weekend. So let's come to center. Notice how your body feels. I hope you guys feel F-bomb amazing. I sure do. Really nice work, you guys. I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend and thanks for joining me. If you're with me on YouTube, please like, comment nicely and subscribe. By the way, if you comment, I'd love to hear something that you are thankful for or grateful for.